Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Gen Z and the millennial voters because, it's about 31%, I want to say 37% of the voting population. So they really do have a lot of power in their hands. We know, contrary to a lot of the popular belief in mainstream media, that they're not disengaged, though, because we see them take to the streets, right, every day for
Right.
protests and things like that. So they're not disengaged. But I don't have any proof on this, but it does feel like there is a disconnect because, as you just mentioned, we got two old white men that are running for president. These guys are in their 70s, and they both have, you know, shaky records. Of course, there's no such thing as the lesser of two evils when it comes to this. Joe Biden is a far better, far superior presidential candidate than Trump. So I want to make that clear. But I do know that there are many young people that feel disengaged. What do you hope to accomplish by having young people on your show like Kal Penn and different things like that? What do you hope to see?
I hope that we can do exactly what you mentioned, which is make sure that people show up to vote. The statistics around youth vote are so interesting because nobody stays young forever. So if you're looking at, look at the youth vote in 2009, this was the number. Or look at the youth vote in 2016, this was the number. For better or for worse, it's a whole new set of first-time voters now. It's a whole new 18-year-olds. It's not the same humans. So if there's any hope to be gained from that, it's the 2018 midterm elections, which was less than 2 years ago. That had a huge uptick in youth vote. It was the highest youth vote turnout in decades. So that's an amazing sign. It's an amazing sign that people are engaged in our own communities. And I think we need to, like you mentioned, we need to have that honest conversation with ourselves that there is never going to be a perfect candidate. And that's okay. There's never going to be somebody who you agree with 100% of the time. But the reality is one of these two viable candidates is going to be president. And in your own community, if there are two people running for something, or even more than two people running for something, those top two contenders, one of the two is going to be in elected office. And so you can sit it out and nothing will change, or you can vote for the one that's the better option. And maybe you don't get all 50 things that you want, but even getting 20 things that you want is much better progress than getting zero.